and welcome to the homestead. I'm Say, this is Dee Dee, that's Matt. Corbin somewhere over there. How you doing?
I can't see Dad.
Well, that's fine. I just, whatever. Anyway, recently we brought up something and I didn't want anybody to wonder why we didn't continue because I was very excited. We've had some crazy bleep weather going from 80 degrees to 20 something degrees. And we were really excited about Platinum's babies. Now, this is not like, oh, we bred a rabbit once, waited one cycle, and yeah, no. Because she is one of the first rabbits we have kept back from our breeding program to use for ourselves. So, she's a lovely rabbit. I think this is not her fault at all. So, the day that she kindled, she pushed all the bedding to the back of her nesting box. The temperature dropped dramatically, about 50 plus degrees, and
She dug all the way down to the wire.
she had her babies on the wire. So, unfortunately, no one got to them in time, and we lost all of her babies. It was a small litter, smaller than I'd like. I don't mind small litters, but this one was pretty small. However, still wanted to see what she would produce, but she had 5. We lost them all. And that night we decided to bring the other 2 mamas inside in dog kennels in this one's bedroom.
My room was a petting zoo.
Yeah, it was petting zoo. Dee Dee did a great job, but it's not ideal. So Platinum has no babies. Chi Chi is an absolute rock star. Pretty much went bald making a nest for her first time and had 11 beautiful babies. And Mooney, as always, had 7.
Mhm.
She usually has about 7. But
I
they're
miscounted for 6, but then I found one under my blanket. Because I laid a blanket down on the floor because I had to put her under my desk because the
She
thing
didn't
was too
have
small.
to. We have
know.
plenty of kennels. She chose to put her under her desk. Anyway, it's fine. She had babies. They're all safe and sound. The mommies are out here now. We just moved them out this morning. What we're going to be doing is called shelving. And I went to the store. I grabbed a few supplies. I'm going to show you how we do that. We have several problems on this homestead. Okay, so rabbit mommies only feed their babies about 2 times a day, usually in the morning and the evening, because in the wild, ours aren't wild, but anyway, hopefully they follow the same pattern. They would go out and forage during the day and deal with what they needed to deal with. So, I went to Walmart and picked up 2 of these hefty bins, and they are about, what do you think that is? 8 inches? Whatever.
What? No,
They're
that's
gonna work.
heavy.
6
Depth,
Corbin-
length,
yeah.
width.
depth. Corbin has to be
9?
like
Oh.
exactly precise.
9?
9, 8, 5, whatever. I want enough room that they can grow into. I didn't want the smallest one. And something that was incredibly important was that these have little snaps because we have jerk cats. Specifically, that one's jerk cat that will run up and pull out a rabbit out of somebody's hand and then go off and eat it. So,
No. That's Fox.
no,
Fox is the
that
one-
was your cat. Your dad was sitting there looking at baby bunnies in his hand, and your cat ran over and took one and ate it. Anyway,
Well, so was Fox. She's,
Shush,
she's
be
the one
quiet,
who
be
pulled
quiet.
Moon's ear.
be quiet.
Depth is like 5.5 inches.
All right, now that we have that cleared up and are specifically, completely, 100% correct, Mr. OCD,
More like 8.
we're going to turn these into shelving boxes. So I'm going to take the little sticky off. There. Corbin is going to bring his drill over. Have kids, they said. It would be fun, they said.
No,
It is
no
fun.
one
All right,
said-
so we're just going to go 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3.
Is this double edged or?
Nope, it's not. Wrong way. Wrong.
No,
What?
I was right the right first time.
Yep.
It's just a... Oh.
Back out. It's okay. Okay, so probably should be over here. So $7 for our little hefty boxes, and then this pack of how many towels are there? Towels.
10
that-
pieces.
10 pieces. I think it's I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4.
4 towels and a few rags.
It's 4 towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. It was not very expensive. So we're going to go move the babies from their nesting boxes into their shelving boxes so that they stay warm and cozy. And then we'll put them in with their mommies in the evening when we feed, and then back in their boxes so that they stay warm. Why are you staring at me?
It's beer 30.
Is it even 30?
No? Goodness. All right. So let's go move some cute baby bunnies. All right. So as you can see, having a big cage. Harry, out. Good boy. Oh, look at that baby.
It was like JoJo.
It does look just like JoJo. There we go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Yeah, they're all. The next problem to solve is the chicken coop. So, the problem with the coop is that our nesting boxes are directly inside the coop, on the ground, like so. And, as you can see, some of the chickens sit up here and poop all over the nesting boxes. So, we always plan to do this, but now is the time. So, we need a shopping list, of course. We are going to be mounting nesting boxes out here with a lid that either opens this way or opens this way so that we can clean and they won't be sitting on top of it. There we go. Got my shopping list. The biggest and most pressing problem, well, I've solved it. There's actually another one, but what do we do with this? Giant ass lawn. So, my goal every year has been to add a species. Not necessarily to keep that species forever. We've done, let's see, quail and ducks. We didn't like them. They went on their way. We went on ours. So, we have this very big yard. That's our house. It has a front and a backyard thing over there. But all of this front yard cuts off past that big tree. And then our property continues there, goes that way, goes that way. Big barn's there. Has been, how do we utilize this space? We don't want to lose it as a place for us to enjoy, but it doesn't get used for anything at all. So what do we do with it? So my big and bright idea for this year, I was going to keep it a secret, but I can't do that. I'm just too excited about the situation, is we're going to get sheep. So sheep people, become my new best friend. But in order to keep sheep, and I think I want to keep them separate from the goats. Goats and sheep have different needs. So what we are going to do is put in a new mini barn. Okay, anyway, so that way, if we have a barn here, it can be used with or without fencing. We won't add permanent fencing. We'll continue to use the Premier one. So we won't lose it as a yard space. And our RV hookup is over there for anybody who brings an RV and wants to stay. So it's a no-lose situation. Now we have to figure out where it goes, how big it is, and then I have a lot of other ideas. So hang on, we're gonna figure this out. All right, Dee, you wanna take that over? Oh, good job, drop it on your head.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do you need another steak?
We need another steak. All right, so Matt and Dee have done an excellent job of staking out where the barn will go. We've picked the spot. We have the dimensions we think we're gonna work with, but we have to figure out where everything is going because it's gonna be multi-purpose building. Okay, so
The structure here, you're gonna have kidding stalls come out at 6 feet, about here,
right,
about 4 foot wide, but this, you can have a lot more kidding stalls
Yeah.
this width.
right,
And then you
The
have a little area for a
milking.
walkway, but then a wall, and then a storage area.
for the
Your
Thing.
back wall is
Yep.
where your milking station will be.
Yep.
And then we'll have an area to park the lawnmower
right in here.
and all the
Yard equipment.
Yard equipment.
Right. The most important thing one must have in their hand before they do research is a pencil.
A drink. Park it there. You'd have double.
No, because I can't put a faux door on that side because I want the door to open. You don't understand my big plan, but I do. Min! For $2 at Coker Feed Mill.
Did you get like 3 of these?
I got 2. One's in the bag, one's for you. Some little bitty rabbit food scoopers.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
It's got a nice dipped edge, so it'll be easier to cut through the food.
right?
Also,
Alright.
snake.
And there's a snake.
And there's pre-built, and then there's some that come in kits that you have to put together.
Well, then if we're saving on, if we're able to save by doing that, fine. If we're just a pre-built, they drop here, and that's not much more. We can go that route.
Okay.
It's the next morning, and I'm gonna try and get that burning, but Dee's about to unblanket the horses and move them, and I have to show you how lovely, without seeding or anything, just clearing it out of trees. And it's just a small portion of this area, but I have very high hopes for this property as we continue to thin out these trees, because that's what's coming in during winter. Fire successfully going. We need to trim some of these little things out. I thought I would show you. I've showed in the past, but this is a good sized one. Part of why these trees are literally getting choked out is this thing right here. Let me show you my foot. I wear size 10 shoe. Is a vine coming out of the ground, and it was going up to this tree. You can see one there. It goes all the way up, and then it'll split, and they choke the trees. This one too, that's a vine here. That's a good sized one. That one's actually dead. We're just gonna cut it off so it doesn't keep. For some reason you can cut them off and they'll find some sort of nutrient source or something and keep going, but we're gonna get all this dead stuff out of here. This is the area, I'm calling it the glen. Feels like a glen. That's where we had the goats this spring, and then we pushed all the way back that direction. So now we're going through thinning out all the dead stuff. It's quite a job. Corbin has water. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna call that a wrap for the day. That is hard work, and I'm tired from a week of work, but little progress is still progress. So Matt and I were talking about the barn last night, back and forth on a few ideas. The first being that we would build it all out of wood, which would be labor intensive and expensive. The second idea is to purchase a carport a prefabricated carport. Either let them put it together or put it together ourselves. The third idea that Matt had would be to buy a completely finished out shed, which I didn't like that idea. And then when we looked at it, it's cost prohibitive for what we're trying to do. I think the all wood build and the metal build are fairly comparable. And longevity wise, that the metal carport finished out as a wooden building with, I want it to be appealing because it faces our road. So I'm trying to make it pretty. At the same time functional. It's gonna serve multi-purposes, goats, sheep, milking stand will be moved in there. This building that we use was always meant for storage and never meant for the livestock. We'll still use part of it for kidding, but we would like to get to where we have a fall kidding and what are you doing? And a spring kidding. So I need somewhere to put the sheep so that they can lamb, because they would be lambing in spring. And I think that this will give me a lot of options of where to put things, animals. And also part of it will be closed off as a shed so that we can park the lawnmower in there and not in here. And this would bring this back to a dedicated space for hay and feed and Matt's airbrushing studio and a general workspace that we can get in here and build projects, because it got to a point where we couldn't do anything in it because it was full of goats and kids and hay and all the other stuff. So anyway, I am leaning towards the carport and finishing it out ourselves because it wasn't that much more to let them come and put it up. Matt is going to start his TDY schedule, which means he'll be away for a while. I don't know if it would get done in the time he would be gone. I don't think so, because I have to order it and schedule everything. However, it would be one less thing that he does, because he's going to have to build everything else for it, and he's going to finish the barn remodel this year. So, lots to consider. If you've done something like this or you have ideas, please let me know your thoughts. Yeah, so gonna think on it for a week or two, make a decision, and then put everything into motion. So, whew, I'm tired. I have done something to my elbow that made working out there miserable. My back is just way over it today. Homesteader problems, homesteader solutions. You guys take care, be safe. I will see you on the next one. It's gonna be a fun year. Oh my gosh.